Chapter 5. A no good, very wet day. 30 minutes after you discover the cafe, half sunken, the rest of your friends have all arrived to help with the disaster. We got the water main and electricity off, so the flooding shouldn't get any worse, but it's already a mess. Yeah, we noticed. It's like Titanic in here, except without any hot people. Wow. Thanks, Blue. Max emerges from the kitchen, phone in one ear. Hey, can we make sure the front door's locked? And can someone put the sign up? Are you closing for today? At least for today. Maybe the whole week, depending on when the electrician can get here. There's a thud near the counter, and you turn to see a small stack of pre-packaged muffins fall into a large puddle. And there goes lunch. Rest in peace, my homemade muffins. You deserve better. Repairs alone are going to eat up like half of our fundraising money. Plus there's the lost revenue from however long we're closed. And the water damage. And the bad vibe tax. Wait, the what tax? Bad vibes tax from the universe? I'm not even sure how that works, but I guess I can't argue with it. We have to start handling this mess somehow, though, right? Yeah, take your pick of the giant puddles, everyone. You try to focus on moving furniture with decks, getting as much out of the water as you can. Hey, at least Alan's table made it through. Look, the water didn't even reach it. Maybe that's a good sign, right, Mateo? Depends. What phase is the moon in tonight? I'm gonna smack you. Mateo's astrological insights are interrupted by a knock on the front door. It must be a customer who decided not to read the sign. Is it Stuart? You point to the closed sign that Dex put up a few minutes ago, only to see a familiar face smiling outside. You unlock the door quickly. Tess, hey, what are you doing here so early? Well, I was up and I figured I would come hang out at the cafe before our date. The end of your shift felt really far away. But it looks like the little blue crush in there right now. I don't get that reference. Right, we were gonna today. I'm sorry, I should have texted you, but I have to take a rain check. The water main burst, and it's been total chaos. Sort of an all-hands-on-deck situation until things are fixed. But maybe I could see you tomorrow, or I could see and help. If you need more hands on deck, I've got 2 perfectly good ones. Are you sure? Besides, we could be here for a while. Will there be snacks? If you count Mateo's muffins that are in the water. That depends on if you like puddle muffins. Are those muffins that fall in the puddle, yeah. You know what? Maybe we can just order a pizza later. Look, I just want to hang out with you. As long as I get to do that, this is a win. Even if it involves wading through puddles. God, this girl is really something. For the first time since you walked in the cafe's door this morning, you feel your heart lift. Okay then, welcome to Operation Cafe Cleanup. You lead her into the cafe, where to your dismay, Blue greets you with a grin and an extra mop for Tess. Long time no see, Tess. Oh God, Blue, be nice. I'm always nice. 50-50 on that one. I mean, nice to me. Oh, well, that's a tougher ask. Just then you hear the door handle jingle again, and you're about to go see who it is when... I got it. Nobody else get that. I got it. Moving lightning fast, he does some surprisingly impressive jumps over the water between him and the door and then flings it open. Outside, Dex's crushed Brad is holding a box of donuts and a dog leash, which is attached to his dog Elvis. Hi, hey, come on in. Just watch your step. It's, wet. You don't say. Brad, long time no see. By the way, they did really bad on the graphics for the water over here versus the front door. Because if you look at the water over here, it looks like it's knee-high versus where the mop was. I'm just saying. With Blue distracted, and that's not how physics works, you motioned to Tess. The two of you head to the far side of the cafe where there are some deep puddles left to mop, and some furniture that's also askew. The legs on the chairs are probably all wonky. How did that even happen? You must have gotten knocked over when the water main initially burst, but I bet I can fix it. Do you all have a toolbox in here? Right. Mechanic. Last night I finally kissed this hot, nerdy mechanic. I think Max keeps one handy. I'll go ask. I love when butchers live up to their stereotypes. Wow. When you bring back the toolbox, because of course Max had one. Jesus Christ, you're not even avoiding your own stereotypes. Tess pulls out a screwdriver and makes quick work of righting the chair legs. You watch her work, still giddy at the memory of her hands clutching your waist. That looks tricky. Good to know that you're easily impressed. Or I'm trying to impress you by giving you, I don't know, fluffy compliments? We're gonna go with fluffy. Wait, were you trying to impress me? Is it working? Obviously. Honestly, I wish some of the stuff were more broken. That's when repairs really get fun. What? Because they're a challenge? More the harder the something is to fix, the more you have to know about it. Like, I can't fix a car without understanding how it normally works. That means I have to reverse engineer from wherever it stopped working, and the more broken it is, the more focus that takes. You know, I've never had it put so diligently, and now I know a little bit more about myself. And that chair isn't broken enough? Just grab it and smash it. Unless it has an engine I don't know about. You laugh, got up in house, how real it is to hang out with Tess at the cafe in the wake of the kiss, because it was definitely a capital letter-worthy kiss. This isn't exactly how I imagine our next get-together, but as long as she's here, I'm gonna make the most of it. So, how'd you get into all this stuff anyway? Did you always want to be a mechanic? Sort of. I was a curious kid. I wanted to know how stuff worked. You know, my lamp, my bike, my robot butler. Oh, right, the old childhood standby. I always was asking questions, and as luck would have it, my mom was a mechanic engineer. She had answers. She didn't dumb anything down either. She'd be like, well, your light bulb has an electrical current passing through it, blah, blah. And Baby B was like, cool. What you're saying makes no sense, and also I would kill to understand. So here I am, still not totally clear on why the robot butler went on a murderous rampage, but I have a handle on everything else. You win some, you lose some, I guess. Apologies for the noise in the background, that would be my brother. Anyway, helped Tess pull the chair upright again, watching as she tilted back and forth to check for a wobble. So, what's the hardest thing you've ever had to fix? That's easy. It was back in high school. My parents went on a weekend trip, so I had the house to myself for a few days. And let me guess, you threw a rager? No way. It was just a small gathering of friends and acquaintances, acquaintances. Long story short, some idiot spilled beer on my Xbox. Oof. And I spent the rest of the weekend learning a lot about game consoles. Not to brag, but I had it up and running by Sunday afternoon. No one ever suspected a thing. Next time Dax throws one of my controllers at a wall, I know who to call then. Or you could invite me over for the next game night. Have me on hand in case of emergency. A day ago, you would have agonized over what that meant. But after last night, you let yourself drink it in. The fact that she wants to come over by your place sometime, and not just as a friend. Wiggle wiggle. Good idea. Tess returns the screwdriver to the toolbox, squinting at the other tools before shutting the lid. I'll bring this back to Max. I have a few questions about our socket organization. She winks at you, you react super normally. though hot girls wink at you all the time. Righto. What are you, British now? Oh. The moment Tess heads into the kitchen to find Max, your other friends corner you. Right, it seems, has taken Elvis for a quick walk. A righto. Seriously, did you forget to tell us something? I don't know what you're talking about. I've always been bad at words around Tess. Believe me, we know. I'm, detecting a distinct change in vibes. Did something happen last night? It's none of your goddamn business. Well, that's between me and Tess. Blue rolls her eyes. The rest of your friends follow suit. Even Yaz. This is coming from the girl who asked for everyone's blood type last month. I was just curious. Well, something clearly happened. I'll have to ask Tess about it later. Before you can figure out how to silence Blue, Tess returns from the kitchen with Max, the two of them looking extremely buddy-buddy. Good news. Tess here recommended a solid electrician, and she's going to come by in a bit to assist the damage to our wiring. You smile at Tess, feeling embarrassingly smitten at the thought of her bonding with Max over tools and electricians. In the interest of keeping things dry before she gets here, maybe we should leave the rest of the furniture as it is for now. Copy that. And then while I have you all gather here... No, not what happened. Most of the food in the kitchen is going to go bad pretty fast, with the power still out. I was going to donate the perishables to the soup kitchen, like we do with leftovers, but since we've put in hours of manual labor, you mop for like maybe 30 minutes. And you spent 10 of them making TikToks to It's the Hard Knock Life. As I was saying, we might as well take a break and eat one of the good meal while it's mold-free. Anyone want to help me cook something? How are you gonna cook with no electricity? I know, don't at me. I know there's kerosene, I know there's gas. Don't at me, but I'm just saying they just made a big deal about low electricity and everything's gonna go bad. Just saying. Also, Tess said she was gonna get pizza, but okay. We're in, but only if you actually let us help, Mateo. No micromanaging. I make no promises. Now follow me into my domain. The floor is still flooded. Energized by the prospect of lunch, you and your friends crowd into the kitchen. Look, no water damage. It's tight quarters, and you find yourself side by side with Tess, close enough to feel her body heat. Do not let Blue notice. Do not let Blue notice. As though the moment the thought summoned them, Blue glances over at the two of you and coos. Oh, look at you two, getting all cozy. Blue, I will strangle you in your sleep. It's a tight space. From somewhere near the sink, Mateo claps his hands. Okay, we're gonna do ham sandwiches and vegetable soup. Heat source TBD since the gas lines are shot. Aha, see, I was right. Everyone get into assembly line, pronto. Yes, chef. And for that, Dex, you get to be on sandwich duty. Cool. And this has nothing to do with the fact that the heat source plus Dex equals combustion, right? Well, you can never be too careful. Less cool. Joe, Tess, if I hand you some vegetables, can you handle some chopping? Yes, chef. Really? This has become a thing. The rest of you break into small groups following Mateo's instructions. Tess grabs a cutting board and a hefty-looking cleaver. I think we have knives that don't resemble murder weapons somewhere. No, I got this, watch. She grabs an onion and begins to chop it quickly. Her technique is impressive, though some bits of onion fly off the board. Whoa, are you trying to set a record? Precision isn't my thing, but speed I can handle. That's, I don't know how to take it. I feel like it's an innuendo and a pun and just normal to see. We'll go with pretty hot. Tess inhales sharply, and you really worry that she's going to lose control of the knife. Which would be bad, but you can't help but smile at your ability to fluster her. Don't they say things like that when I'm holding sharp objects? Why? You handle the next batch of chopping as Tess scoops the diced vegetables into a bowl until Yaz waves to get your attention. Joe, is white bread fine with you? Sure. What's all that? Yaz has an array of various condiments in front of her, which she spread on the bread slices with surgical precision. Apple, carrot, chutney, mayo, mustard. That all sound good? I don't know what apple, carrot, chutney is, but mayo, mustard is fine. That all sounds great. I have a more important question for the committee. Is a sandwich a burrito or vice versa? It's not a burrito. Blue, are you trying to start a fight? Just making conversation. It is not a burrito. That feels debatable, given how much they're grinning as they begin layering more ingredients on Yaz's bread slices, but Alan immediately takes the bait. Does anyone know what the legal definition of a sandwich is? I swear to God. Mateo, did they cover that in law school? In one semester I went to? No, we didn't have to make it sandwich law. I mean, if we define a sandwich as ingredients held together by some kind of bread... Mateo holds up his hands, looking wounded. No, stop. That's an insult to burritos everywhere. Really, are we doing this? I think sandwiches are burritos. Burritos are Mother... Oh, thank God there was a third option. Oh. Listen, they are completely separate entities. Completely separate. I'm not even getting into this. Oh, boo. That's such a cop-out. See, you are trying to start a fight. I'm trying to start a spirited discussion, and you're being incredibly unspirited. Too bad. You and Tess finishing chopping vegetables. Mateo nods in approval. Tess's handiwork. Well, Joe, I can tell you that you almost did almost none of this. Hey, I helped. But since your hands are free, you can come help me set up the camping stove. Max brought it down for the soup. Two of you work together to get a small one-burner stove set up. I think that goes there, and then the moment of truth. You turn it on, and the reward by a small flame. Ah, we did it. We have fire, everyone. Congrats. Our cavemen ancestors would be proud. Listen, it didn't take him 45 minutes to start a fire. Looking at Dax, once the heat is on, you grab a pot and beckon Tess over to dump the veggies in. You do the honors. Yeah, chef. Hey, hold up! That's not a pet name. It is a earned title. Oh, yeah. Tess steps the cutting board into the pot. When she finishes, there are a couple carrots still stuck to the wood. She goes to brush them off and flicks one into your face, giggling. Hey! I'll retaliate, let it go. Retaliate. Smiling, you run your finger along a bit of the spilled chutney on the counter, and then... Look, over there! Tess foolishly turns her head to where you're pointing, and you take the opportunity to brush the chutney on her nose, which she wrinkles, something you definitely don't find hopelessly endearing. Ugh, okay, I call truce. Oh, you started it, but truce accepted. Okay, cooking privileges revoked for both of you. Oh, Mateo. If you ever have kitchen staff, I don't think you can operate it on a system of granted and revoked privileges. Watch me. Eventually the soup starts to bubble and a seriously amazing aroma fills the kitchen. Okay, this is looking more or less done. Everybody grab some bowls and plates and we can eat on the patio. You all gather around one of the patio tables, rejuvenated by the sunshine, lack of visible water damage, and most importantly, the sandwiches and soup. Soup with the squad. Okay, that is good. I'm not seeing sandwiches. I'm seeing 2 pieces of toast and what looks to be chicken and green soup. Ugh. Oh, from out here, things don't feel as dire. Yeah, maybe I'm just borderline starving, but this is the best lunch I've ever had. Ah, stop, you're embarrassing me. He beams, looking 0% embarrassed. From her seat beside you, Tess glances at you, murmuring under her breath. It's the best lunch I've ever had, too. Yeah? Is that because of me? Someone thinks a lot of herself. Oh, I mean, I was sort of joking. Hey, I'm kidding. It's 100% because of you. Oh, okay. Your heart thuds unevenly, and even though Blue is watching both of you with unabashed delight, you can't do anything except smile back at Tess. Once everyone's plates are cleared, morale is visibly higher, and you're ready to get back to repairs. The next hour is a whirlwind of cleaning. Max has you and Tess carrying some unsalvageable boxes to the dumpster behind the cafe. Rest in peace, standing lamp. I've never seen before, and a bunch of old menus. Can you help me get the box in? Lift on 1, 2, 3. Wobble, struggle, lift. You heave with all of your might, not wanting to let her down, and you're rewarded as the box tips into the dumpster. Nice work. Easy. You catch your breath, and if you sneak a peek at the flexion of her muscles as she slams the lid closed, well, that's your business. You do more mopping inside with Tess by your side the whole time. On your left. Thanks to her warning, you stepped aside just in time to avoid splashing into one of the remaining puddles. And out on the patio, you lay some of the hopefully still salvageable items out to dry. The tablecloths are already looking better, but the curtains will be air-dried forever at this rate. Wait, okay, this might be an insane idea, but do you think anyone has a blow dryer? A few minutes later, Tess has Max's blow dryer hooked up to a neighboring building's outlet, and the two of you take turns using it on tablecloths and curtains. Tess, you're a lifesaver. If I put that on my resume, can I list you as a reference? She grins and you share a brief laugh. Seriously though, thank you for helping today. I know this wasn't exactly the afternoon we'd planned. It's all good. I'm happy to be here. I'm just bummed that the LG is dealing with this. On top of everything else, how are you feeling? I feel kind of numb. I don't know if I feel much of anything, to be honest. Everything's just been so non-stop. That makes sense. You've all been in crisis mode today. Emotional processing has to come second. She reaches out to give your shoulder a brief squeeze, and even though the small touch makes you feel lighter, maybe it's for the best. These tablecloths would never dry if I cried all over them. For a minute there, I looked down at my cat. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Your train of thought is interrupted by a loud meowing from somewhere near the back wall. You didn't just make a cat noise for no reason, did you? Ow! No. Meow! No. I think I'd remember that. You scan the patio and spot a stray cat emerging from a gap in the fence. He cautiously slinks between the tables. He's a fat one. Look at him. He's a fluffy one, though. When the cat gets closer, you can see that he's an adorable, slightly chubby Great Tabby. Hey, buddy, how do you get in here? That's gotta be a lucky omen or something. The Tabby pads even closer on paws that are surprisingly big for his chunky body. Chattering loudly, he tilts his head to peer up at both of you. He's a fat boy. He butts his head against your leg and you reach down to pet him. He instantly purrs. Oh, you're pretty brave, huh? Not afraid of saying hi, are you? He gives Tess's Converse shoes a spirited sniff, then does the same to yours. Too into shoes to be afraid of people wearing them, I guess. You pat around the cat's neck, checking for a collar, and frown when you come up empty-handed. He's probably been on his own for a bit. I wonder if he's been hanging around the cafe for the food waste. Poor guy. You're not on the market for a pet, are you? I wish. I'm on bad enough terms with my landlord already. But Max has been joking about getting a mascot for the cafe. Maybe he could live here? I bet your customers would love him, and having him around might be nice for you all. A buddy to bond over, you know? He's perfect. Really? You could have done a perfect pun. Come on now. Could have literally done a perfect pun. I hate you so much. Would you like that, little buddy? Staying with all of us at the cafe? The cat butts his head against your leg. I think he's into the idea. Tess helps distract the cat long enough for you to pick him up, though based on how loudly he's purring, the distraction wasn't necessary. Looks like someone missed the memo on stranger danger. Or maybe he just feels safe around us. You carry the cat into the cafe where Alan is the first to spot you. He rushes over immediately. Oh, who's this? Joe, are you smuggling contraband? No, just catraband. God damn it. God, that's awful. And yet it's adorable. Tess rolls her eyes affectionately. You set the cat down. He circles around the remaining damp patches on the floor, stopping by everyone's feet to collect tribute in form of pets. I found him out back, no collar or anything. I think that means you get to name him Prosper. Sure, we'll call the cat Prosper. Strong name. Good choice. Sounds like he agrees. So what are we gonna do with him? Well, Mateo, I heard you wanted to make dinner. I'm sorry. No, I'm not, but that's a good joke. But anyway. Well, I thought he could maybe live here. Who's living here? Max emerges from the kitchen with a few more boxes in hand. Doesn't take long for her to spot the gray fluff ball bouncing around the cafe. Her lips purse. No, whether it's an amusement or an annoyance, you couldn't say. This is Prosper. Tess and I found him out on the patio. And you brought him inside because he was starving. Listen, have you seen this little fat bugger, okay? He is not starving, okay? And miserable. He doesn't look miserable to me. He made me do it. Max eyes Prosper skeptically as he stretches out on a nearby table, showing off gray spots like polka dots on his creamy colored belly. Oh yes, look at those powers of persuasion. Persuasion. Another missed pun. You're not doing yourself any favors here, buddy. Max sighs, but she still can't help but smile. Fine, he can stay, and he can come upstairs with me after hours. Leanne's been begging me to adopt a cat for ages. Aww, you see, you hear that, Prosper. Max isn't sending you back to a life of street crime. Max shakes her head, chuckling. Meanwhile, Mateo leaps from his seat and sprints into the kitchen, returning with a canned tuna. We gotta welcome the newest staff member with a good meal. You're in luck, Prosper. This is the top shelf stuff. Even though we're hurting for money. Here, Joe, you want to do the honors? Cat hair would really clash with my outfit. Oh, you poor thing. Prosper circles Mateo's legs until he hands the tuna to you. Prosper eagerly follows the can's every movement, his tail swishing with excitement. But my outfit is cool enough to take the hit, right? Don't think about it too hard. You feed the tuna to a very eager Prosper, and when he's finished, he wanders over to Tess to curl around her leg. Hey, dude. She scratches his neck, and he purrs contentedly. I think he likes you. What gave you that idea? Prosper flops onto his belly, pawing at Tess's shoes. Wild guess. I've always vibed with cats. I grew up with a bunch. My mom could never say no when I dragged home a stray. Speaking of strays, You follow his gaze towards the front door, where Brad is finally returning. As he opens the door, a very excited Elvis bounds into the cafe, nose first. Someone smells an intruder. Elvis's detective skills lead him straight to Prosper. The two of them stare at each other for a minute, and then... Okay, this isn't how we make friends, Elvis. Give him some space, buddy. Just try to relax. With Elvis still on his leash, Prosper is free to circle and sniff him, which Elvis eventually allows. Look at each other for a beat longer, and Elvis's tail has begun to wag when Prosper wanders away. He's a cat. He's like, nah, you're beneath me. Well, that went better than expected. Elvis is a natural diplomat. He just gets too excited sometimes. Well, if you two keep coming around, Prosper will have plenty of chances to get used to him. Brad grins at Dex, and you and Blue share a knowing look. He tells me that won't be a problem. So what do you think, Prosper? You like your new digs? He answers by hopping on a table beside you and sprawling out. He looks up at you, blinking with trust and affection as his paws make biscuits in the air. Oh, pet that belly. I'm doing it. You reach out to scritch that big, soft belly, and despite all the warnings you've heard about cat tummies being traps, he lets you, purring. Because most of the shit about, cat bellies being traps are just that bullshit. You know he's had his fill when one of those big paws stops making air biscuits and swats at your hand, so you take the hint and pull away. Okay, enough tummy rubs for now? Yeah, we can do more later, buddy, I promise. Your friends and Tess all gather around the table, smiling at the cafe's new cat/mascot. Tess gives you a gentle nudge. I'm really glad you spotted him. Same, and I think he is too. By late afternoon, the cafe looks honestly not bad. There are plenty to replace and repair, but the floor is dry, the waterlogged furniture is gone, and everyone is working on cleaning what's left. Oh god, it's bright in here. The electrician must have come in. Okay, am I nuts, or is it looking halfway decent in here? Even if it's a shared hallucination, I'm happy about it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Prosper burbles approvingly from his perch near in one end of the counter. Then do you all think you can keep up the teamwork without me? I've been thinking about what a fundraising concert for the cafe could look like, and I scheduled a meeting with this musician I know. We were supposed to talk about it over drinks in an hour, but I hate to abandon you all. Max, you can't miss that meeting. Don't get me wrong, I desperately want to know who it's with, but I'm willing to live in suspense if you get going. Yeah, we need all the help we can get, right? So if you think there could be a chance for another fundraiser, we have to take it. Alright, I'll go. But thank you all for everything. Everybody pitching in today means more than I can say. Yes, mister, you too. Thanks for all the moral support. You gives Prosper a pat before heading out, and you survey the space around you. So, what else needs doing? Well, me, Blue, and Alan will be heading to the flea market downtown to replace some of the chairs and tables, etc. Alan, do not let Mateo talk you into furniture that looks like it could go viral on TikTok. That means no stools shaped like giant strawberries, no pom-pom chairs, and absolutely no disco ball tables. Oh, I'm sorry, I appreciate modern art, jeez. While your friends bicker affectionately, yes, beckons you and Tess over to the counter. Tess, you know anything about backup generators? An embarrassing amount. Thank God Joe fell for someone smart. You start to sputter a reply, defense, but Tess only smiles a little as Yaz goes on. Can you two head into the back room, see if you can hook ours up? The electrician finished working on a few of the circuits, so we should be able to get it running, turn the last of the lights back on. No problem. I can show her the way. Prosper nudges your ankles as you go, and you scratch him behind the ears, smiling down at him. Don't worry, bud. We'll be back soon, I hope. I think that was a cat for good luck. You lead Tess through a back door, down some stairs, down a winding hall to the storage basement. It's full of old boxes, and the two of you have to move several stacks out of the way to reach the backup generator. There was no water damage down here, question mark? Just asking for a friend. God, I don't think we've used the thing in the whole time I've worked here. Do we just press a button or something? Here, move over before you electrocute yourself. She gently elbows her way to the front of the generator, squinting at it, occasionally fiddling with buttons. That's hooked up, so why won't you turn on? She unscrews one panel, begins fiddling with the machine's inner workings. Deep in concentration, she pokes her tongue out between her teeth and furrows her brow. You find it wildly endearing, and with none of your friends around to tease you, there's no reason not to admit it. You know you're cute when you're fixing stuff. You look like a sexy mechanic. She pauses to look up, arching an eyebrow and smiling softly. The mechanic part's pretty literal, but you think I'm sexy. It's not something you've ever said out loud before, but hey, you've come this far. I stand by what I said. Good, because the feeling's mutual, Van Gogh. Whole body feels suddenly flushed as Tess turns back to the machine. Moments later, she lets out a victorious whoop. Ah, found the culprit. The choke valve switch is open. We need it closed when the generator starts. It should only be open once the engine is warm. Those sure are words. What exactly do you need me to do? Well, I would definitely try oiling it, just saying. I'm gonna turn it off and get the engine going again. When it sounds warm enough, can you set the switch back to open? What does warm sound like? Smooth, like a steady hum. He leans over to start the engine and you shut your eyes, listening carefully. Ba-dum, ba-dum, That's not a steady hum. You hold off, not yet hearing the hum. Warm sound. Come on. You flip the switch quickly and Tess gives you a thumbs up, grinning. Very nice. We'll make you a mechanic out of you yet. The engine revs again before appearing to settle down, eventually emitting a low sound. And there it is. We have liftoff. Your distant whoops and cheers from upstairs, a sign that your friends have noticed. All the power is back on. I can't believe we fixed the cafe all in one day. I know it's not perfect, but we're gonna be able to reopen tomorrow, and we did it. Yeah, we did. He takes a step closer to you in an already cramped basement, lips curving into a smile. You know, you're extra cute when you're being optimistic. You realize her breath is coming a little faster than usual. Not that you're faring any better with her mere inches away from you. Yeah. And what are you planning to do about it? This. Tess slowly leans in and you follow suit. The movement feels like it stretches out forever, but by the time your lips meet, you wish it could have lasted even longer. Tess. You kiss her for the second time, both of you sweaty and a little dusty from today's labors, and if anything, your second kiss is even better than the first. Your heart is racing as her hands grip your waist to pull you closer. There's no one down there but the two of you. It's so tempting to keep kissing her for those few stolen moments. Of course. Why the hell not? Without breaking the kiss, you press further into Tess and slowly pull her away from the generator. But that small movement knocks over some of the piles of boxes you moved earlier. You fumble, trying to steady a handful of the others that have begun to sway. Ugh. Wait, watch out for the... stack of notebooks crash lands a few inches from your heads. Are you okay? You laugh, feeling giddy, a little reckless. Yeah, good. Do you think anyone heard that? With pause to listen, well, you try to listen. Everything sounds like static when you're this close to Tess. I don't hear anything, do you? Nope, nothing. Just whatever ambient noises are normally in this room. Right. Her hands flex against your waist, and you both eye a nearby stack of boxes warily. If a falling box kills me, what will they write on my headstone? Died of funny business. That makes me sound awesome, actually. You have my sign off. I'd rather you didn't die under a box landslide. She pulls forward a little out of the danger zone besides another stack of boxes. Close waters in here, huh? Voice is deeper than usual, which sets something ablaze low in your stomach. You take several shaky breaths. Yeah. I wish they were closer. That's easy. She wraps one arm around your waist and tugs you in, close enough that your hips touch. Her point stands though. The clutter makes it hard to maneuver. Brain laser focused on getting back to kissing. You spot an opening along one wall, or you could plant yourselves more firmly between the stacks of boxes. Push her against the box, against the wall, sit on one of the boxes, push her against the wall. Making a split-second decision, you gently push Tess against the back wall, kissing along her jaw. God, Joe. You step back worried you went too far, but she shakes her head and pulls you back into a long, slow kiss. That was not a complaint. Noted. There's a dull thud when you peer over to the side of the room where a bag of dish towels now lays akimbo. Okay, that one isn't on us. Who knows, it might be. We've unbalanced the ecosystem in here. Personally, I think we're using the room for its intended purpose. Kiss again, once, twice, before Tess pulls back slightly and grins. You know, I've been wanting to kiss you again since last night. I might have had a dream about it. Somehow you managed to avoid having a heart attack at the mental image, which is exceptionally brave and heroic of you. Oh, you dreamed about this. How does it compare to the dream? You try to say it casually, but part of you still can't believe this is actually happening. That she spends that much time thinking about you. Some of those feelings must leak into your voice because her expression softens. She kisses you again, feather-lined. This blows my dream out of the water. Oh, good. That's good. And when she leans in to kiss you once more, the warmth of her drives all of your doubts away. Minutes pass in her arms, maybe hours, decades. Time has kind of lost all meaning. Eventually, a dim thought emerges in the back of your consciousness. You two have probably been here a while. Tess. She kisses along your nose and you laugh. What was that? She kisses you again and again. You struggle to remember what you were trying to say. What do you want, a keyboard? That sounded like words in your head, but filtering any thought past all-encompassing feeling a kissing Tess turns out to be difficult. I didn't quite catch that. She kisses you again, bringing your bottom lip between her teeth. We should probably head back out there. Not that I want to leave, but it's just there might be some lingering repairs. And if not, we should probably clean up a little bit. You cast your eyes on Tess's clothes and your own, which are damp with floodwater and covered in bits of cleaning debris. And we're kind of a mess. I like you a little messy, but point taken. She winks and your pulse kicks up a few more notches. I'm just sorry we didn't get to go on whatever date you had planned. This might shock you, but I think I would have preferred it to mopping up my workplace. Well, the date isn't over yet. I had to shift some things around, pull some strings, but I'd still love to take you out tonight, if you're down for that. You'll look at her, covered in sweat from a day of helping your friends and still breathless at the idea of a date with you. The idea of saying no is so unfathomable that you can't help laughing. I guess I could clear my schedule. Maybe I can squeeze you in between my shower and my nightly, doom scroll. Damn, that's a prime time slot. Just to be clear, that means yes. You pull her in for another kiss. Yeah. That's cute. Anyway, without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description. Plenty of things to check out, ways to support, and whatnot. Without further ado, once again, thank you again for watching. It means a lot. Remember to please support, share the word of this channel, and whatnot. Because without you, this channel does not exist. Literally, without viewers like you, it doesn't exist. Aside from that, let me know your thoughts down below. It some nice moments, right? There's some bonding and some nice moments, and it's not too bad. The only problem I have is, so you have to read it again in order to do the male version. And the male version is 90 to 95% all the same stuff, man. And then it's just, the difference is Brad versus Tess, and, you know, maybe he might drive a vehicle versus a motorcycle, and listen, it's a little exhaustive. It is. I'm serious. That's why I'm sorry about last week's being a little late. If you're here for his story, right? I try and jump on it ASAP, but I'm a little exhausted. Okay, and then also it's tiring. It's tiring. Also, am I the only one who is super tired right now? Like super duper tired right now. I just feel like, whoa, man, like I could pass out. That's how tired I am. So, and I've been trying to sleep. I mean, I got about a 2-month sleep debt, so I pretty much could go in a coffin like a vampire, but I digress. Thanks again for watching. Catch you all later. Peace out.